I don't know about you guys, but it seems like AAA gaming is just an absolute crapshoot right now. It seems like almost every major hit is having some sort of issue that is either making things end up in delays, dev strikes, they're abandoning projects that have already been sold to the public, and quite frankly, it's exhausting. So if you clicked on this video, you likely understand what we are here to discuss, and that's Vanguard Zombies, COD 2023, and kind of the state and the future of what is to come. Now, I'm not going to sit here and just trash Vanguard Zombies for 10 minutes. I've done that enough already, and if you really want to know my thoughts about Terra Maldicta or Der Anfang, I will leave links in the description for you to check out those reviews after you watch this video, of course. All right, so Codename Pizza tweeted a bit of a controversial statement the other day, especially for somebody who is pretty positive and prevalent in this community. It was definitely interesting to hear this from one of the pillars of the zombies community, and he says, "Damn, I miss Call of Duty Zombies feeling like it has passion put into it, like you could physically feel the love, sweat, and tears poured into the projects produced by Blundell, Lee Ross, Cameron Dayton, and even Jimmy Zielinski." And I mean, he is right. Things are definitely different, and it doesn't exactly feel like we're going to be getting the love and care that we usually do inside of Vanguard Zombies anytime soon. But there are also a ton of responses from other creators, Milo, another UK gamer, TZ Ghost, DK Dynamite. But what I really want to focus on is a response from Kevin Drew, who is one of the lead developers over at Treyarch, who really pushed things forward with Cold War Zombies, and he's kind of taken over as the face of the community, at least at the moment, the new Blundell, so to speak, which is something we desperately are needing as a community. We need interaction from the dev team, and hopefully that changes in the coming years. Let me know if you'd like a video about that, as that's a topic I've actually been wanting to cover for a while now, so yeah, let me know in the comments down below. All right, so here's what Kevin Drew had to say about Codename Pizza's tweet and the response to all of the community feedback from that post. He says, "But for real, we still love making zombies. I hope we can hit on some of the things you think Cold War lacked in the next game." Now, I think this tweet is one of the most important pieces of information we have ever received from a developer. Unfortunately, it's in a negative context, but overall, I find it to be inherently positive and almost to its own detriment. And let me explain though, because I'm kind of worried that there could be some empty promises here. I am happy that somebody said from the Zombies team, "Hey, we hear you," and that's just a win in my book. 10 out of 10, good job, K. Drew. However, what I find interesting about this tweet is the wording he used. If you haven't figured it out by now, these corporations and the people who work for them always have to use specific and deliberate wording all of the time, or else they'll be liable for things and they could potentially get in trouble legally, or they lose their job, and that we don't want any of that. So the fact that he didn't acknowledge Vanguard Zombies at all and only mention Cold War reveals a lot more, in my opinion, than meets the eye. I think it's safe to say that 2023 Zombies will be in no way, shape, or form like Vanguard. We can just scrap that info from our brain. Sure, the storyline will probably be canon in some way. You can play Vanguard Zombies if you like. It's almost kind of like a one-off advanced warfare experience. It'll just be like in the arsenal, but we're not going to have this toxic mixture of open world and classic zombies map designs in our future. And I think Drew's tweet really says, we don't even really want to do this, even though our name is on the tin. We don't want to be making what we are making. Trust us for the next game, brah. We got you. That's what I see, or that's what I hear at least. And all right. So a moment ago, I said that the tweet was so good that it was leading to its own detriment. What did I mean by that? I meant that this promise from Kevin Drew is now turned into a responsibility that is now placed on the whole entire development team over at Treyarch for the Zombies mode. It's not just a Kevin Drew promise, it's now a Treyarch promise. And that is concerning to me, because if they don't live up to this promise, or the game is somehow Vanguard Zombies 2.0 and I'm just wrong about everything I just said, the community is going to be in a permanent standstill and just chewing on old content for the rest of the remaining years it has. And I don't think anybody wants that. I don't want that. But here's the thing. I do think it will be a success. I really do believe that. I've said it in many videos as of recently, which again, feel free to watch them. Links in the description and all that. But I genuinely think COD 2023 is going to be epic for the Zombies community, and it will be a birthing of the next era of our community. And hey, maybe I won't be a part of that. Maybe it won't be for me or you watching this at home right now. That is just something we will have to live with, and more importantly, deal with when we get to that point in November of next year, which is going to come so fast. I already can feel it. So that kind of wraps up my main thoughts about Drew's response here. But there is something else I wanted to tack on, just to kind of remind us that although there is love and passion and a ton of emotional elements baked into the Zombies mode in our community and our relationship relationship with the devs, I think it's important to remember that we are a customer and they are producers. And at the end of the day, while things can be friendly and the emotional investment can be more palpable depending on what's going on, these devs are not our buddies. If they were, we would be getting free liquid diviniums and free elixirs and gobblegums and free blueprints, but we really don't. And obviously, they don't have to because they are selling us a product and we need to pay for their labor. But you see, gaming is a unique art form and product to sell. It's not like everything else that we have in society. It's not like when Apple put a notch on their screens for the iPhone and we all just got used to it. This new Zombies is bad, and we should not accept this type of product from anybody who isn't fulfilling their promises towards its customer base. All right, so where am I going with all of this? Well, Rizzo responded to Codename Pizza's tweet with Kevin Drew, and it kind of made me cringe a bit. And before I read his tweet, I really like Rizzo. I think he's talented as hell. I don't think he's a bad guy or stupid or anything. I just disagree with him, and you're allowed to disagree with people in 2022, right? I think so anyway. So he says, Jesus, man, we really do not deserve the people that are making these games. They've had so much shit going on behind the scenes that most players will never even be aware of, and they still manage to take the high ground. Okay, so I get that these devs have had a lot to go through. I get that. But then that is all the more of an excuse to stop working on this game and delay it until it's properly ready for customers. And now this is why I said all that stuff before reading his tweet. As much as I like Kevin Drew, he isn't my buddy. I don't go golfing with him on the weekends or text him every now and again to see how his family's doing. I buy stuff from him and his associates. And we can be cool, we can be cordial, but the customers also deserve respect. We are people too. We have problems too. We have hard lives as well. My point is, we all deserve respect. The devs do, we do. The people at Activision who are actually doing their jobs correctly despite all this, they all deserve respect. And until we get it, I think we need to remember what exactly this relationship is, or else we're never going to get any real or meaningful change. I was watching the ActMan the other day when he was talking about EA and DICE regarding the Battlefield 2042 disaster and how these corporations are just blaming its fans for their own wrongdoing. Well, that's not what's happening here with Zombies, and I'm thankful for that. I really want to just stress that. I am grateful for that. But he said something that really made me realize we need to know our role as a community and stick to it. Roll the tape.
If you provide a good or service that I like and enjoy, I will give you what you like and enjoy, which is money. This is a transaction. We are both happy at the end of it. That's how it's supposed to work.
And it's so simple. And also, you have to think about how they released a broken game, went on vacation, and then delayed season 2. That was okay, but delaying the game as a whole, that's not all right. We have to get those sales first, then we're gonna screw you over.
The most ironic part of this post, and the problem rests with EA too, is that they're willing to delay season 1 content, but not delay the launch of the actual fucking game itself. It's just like, now you want to take your time and get it right. Now, okay, after you sold the game, after it lost 90% of its player base on Steam, okay, now you want to make sure the features are up and running. Gotcha.
You have to remember, these guys are not always on your side. They're not always looking out for what's best for us. And now I'm not saying to be callous and hate the devs and yell at them about everything. I'm just asking you to be realistic. But I really believe that a majority of people in the Zombies community just don't understand that, and it hurts us in both good and bad contexts. Yes, we should be criticizing things and always trying to improve, but when we act entitled during a healthy game's life cycle, i.e. Black Ops 4, and even part of Cold War, the devs are less likely to listen to us when we actually have real issues with the game at hand. And while it's hard for us to understand the dynamic of this relationship at all times, I bet it's hard for the devs too, being on the other side of it. They probably want to give us everything for free or give us everything that we want, but they simply can't. So it is what it is. But the ActMan really did say it best in his video. I truly think COD 2023 is going to be awesome, as well as Modern Warfare 2, but I know that I'm in the minority when it comes to that opinion. But what do you guys think? Is Codename Pizza the absolute meanest of all the meanies? What do you think about Kevin Drew's tweet? What about Rizzo's tweet? Should he and I fist fight? No, I'm just kidding. Rizzo's dope. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on your way out, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.